Earlier this week, I posted a short sharing some of my favourite embroidery embellishments. So today I wanted to show you how I've used them in my designs and how you can incorporate them into your own. So first up, we have got twigs. These are one of my favourite embellishments and I use them in quite a few of my designs. I collect these from the woods near my house and always make sure they're clean and dry before attaching them to the fabric. I've used them here on one of my favourite Halloween designs to create this broomstick. And here to create this rustic Christmas tree. So I've taken the twigs, I've cut them to size, and then I've simply attached them to the fabric with a stitch at each end. Let me show you how. Start by placing the twig where you want to attach it to the fabric. Now grab a needle and some embroidery thread. I tend to like to use 2 strands. Now holding the twig in place, secure it with a couching stitch. So pushing the needle up on one side of the twig and then pushing it back down through on the other. Pull the thread through to secure it. Now attach the other end of the twig using the same method. This will hold it in place nice and securely. Next up, we've got ribbons and trims. If you walk into any craft store, you will find an abundance of these, and they can be used to add detail and texture to an embroidery piece. I used a pink trim to create this sparkly Christmas tree and a really lovely jute trim for this one. This is quite similar to the twigs. I just cut the lengths to size and then attached them with a stitch. Let me show you how. Start by cutting off the length that you need, then lay it down on the hoop where you want to attach it. Now using a needle and thread, secure the trim using couching stitches. I'm going to stitch one at one end and then one in the middle and then one at the other end. This is one of my favourite trims. Look at that pretty pattern. Next up, I have got bamboo plant labels. I picked these up from my local garden centre to create the wooden planter in my pink trellis design. This is the colour they came in. I then experimented with different pink paint markers, cut them to size and attached them to the fabric with a stitch at each end, just like I did with the twigs. I'm really pleased with the result and they were super easy to use. Jute string is one of my favourite embellishments. It adds so much texture and creates a real rustic look. For example, to create this straw bag, I stitched a woven rose using jute string instead of embroidery thread to add lots of natural texture. Next up, we have got felt. This is one of my favourite fabrics to use because when you cut it, it doesn't fray, so you end up with really nice clean edges. Last year I made this stocking hoop by cutting the shape of a stocking, then attaching it to the fabric that's in the hoop using running stitch. I left the top edge of the stocking open so you can pop something inside. I also used felt in my book lover pattern to create these cute flying hearts. I cut out the felt hearts, fold them in half, then attach them to the fabric using running stitch. If you'd like to give this one a go, you can find my book lover pattern over in my Etsy shop. Last of all, we have got craft bells. Now these are a firm favourite of mine and I use them a lot in my Christmas designs. They are super simple to use and they come with a little hole at the top so you can easily attach them to your fabric. I've used them here to add a bit of sparkle to my Christmas tree, so let me show you how to attach them. Start by getting your needle and thread ready. Now push your needle up through the fabric where you want to attach the craft bell. Pull your thread all the way through. Now thread your needle through the little hole and then pull it down. Now push the needle back down through the fabric just next door, pulling the thread all the way through. So you can see they're a super simple way to add a bit of sparkle. Will you be trying any of these? Let me know in the comments and be sure to press subscribe to see more embroidery tips. Thank you for watching. Happy stitching!